Hi, my name is Katie and this is my first YouTube video, so I'm still working out on the lighting and the sound and everything else, but just kind of bear with me. I decided to do a haul video mainly because I feel like when it comes to spring, everyone's just ready for winter to be over and for us just to all move on and have completely new beauty products and completely new colors and get rid of all, if you're like me, dry skin and just ready for the spring to come. It hasn't actually come to Kentucky yet, but I'm really holding out that it's going to come next month. So I'm first going to go over the face products I got. The first product I bought this in this last haul was actually this e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer set in St. Lucia. I'd heard a lot about it. I had heard that it was a dupe for the NARS Laguna set, and I don't really think it's actually a very good dupe for that. I think that the NARS set is much more shiny and much more glittery, but I still think it's a really pretty set, and I really like the bronzer in it. And mainly I just wanted a new inexpensive bronzer because for me, like, I don't use that much bronzer and it's not something that like I really want to spend a lot of money on. So that's why I went with this set. The set is $3 and you can get it at, you're either, I think I bought this one at Target, but you can get it at anywhere where e.l.f. is sold. I don't think they have any other color palettes, I could be wrong, but this is usually the only one that you'll see. The next thing I bought as far as face goes was, I actually had been thinking a lot about buying the Josie Maran 100% argan oil, and I actually originally wasn't going to get the light one, but after like looking, it's like, well, it is the same price and that way it isn't as heavy on your skin. And through looking on Sephora, I saw that they actually had a set with this in it, and this is like the big bottle. I originally was only going to get the small bottle because it's so much less expensive, and like this is gonna take me a year to go through, so I actually decided to go with the set because the set was like $70 in comparison to $50 for this alone, and I knew that I was going to want the Josie Maran coconut water cheek gelée for the summer. I wasn't really planning on buying it anytime soon, but the set came with the cheek gelée, the oil, and then the Josie Maran Argan Matchmaker Serum Foundation. And honestly, when I bought it, I had no idea that it came with a foundation and a powder, but this is the powder foundation for the Matchmaker. And I must admit, I love this product so much. I haven't used it too terribly much because I've only had it for about 2 weeks, but I love it as an under eye like oil cream replacement type of thing, and I love it for dry spots on my skin. I think it does a really good job of kind of actually like getting into the dry skin and kind of helping, because I have a few little spots on my skin that are constantly dry, and it really helps with that. I have sadly not used the cheek gelée yet. The color that it came with was Poppy Paradise, which is the cooler pink color. I think it's a very, very pretty color. It's very bright, but I know for a fact that it goes on a lot less bright. But I'm really excited to use it. I can't wait for summer or spring. I just haven't had a reason to use it yet, and I've been kind of saving. I want it to be like a good reason to use it. But I have tried, and I actually have on the serum foundation today. It's actually really cool foundation. Like I said, when I bought the set, I honestly thought that it came with like more of a luminizer type of product, because the powder foundation looks like this, so it kind of has more white in it, and so I was like, oh, it's just shiny, thinking that it was just from the flash, but actually it's just a powder foundation that is meant to actually match to your skin tone. I do use both at once. I'm not completely sure of the directions for this. Maybe I just didn't read well enough on the box, but there are no directions on the side, but it is probably one of the coolest foundations I've ever used. It literally like comes out white. I'm gonna put some on my hand. It literally, I put out too much. It literally comes out white as you can see, and then you kind of just, ooh, that's a lot. Then you just slowly, wow, I put out way too much. You just slowly buff it in. Sorry, I pulled out way too much and it's gonna be hard to see. But it literally matches your skin tone on your skin. For me, that's kind of a hit or miss thing, as I have a lot of redness in my skin naturally. But I really love this foundation. It has a very nice light feeling. It isn't a full coverage foundation in the slightest. Don't get it at expecting that. However, it is a really good like light foundation, and it's gonna be great for spring. I'm really excited to have it. It was really funny because I actually was talking to my friend about how I needed like a new foundation because I'm a little bit darker than I used to be, and my higher end foundations that I have right now are all a lot lighter. But and then that came in the mail, and I was just like really excited for like the oil and the cheek delay, and then I had absolutely no idea that the rest of it was in it, and I was just absolutely floored with the way that it works and the way that it feels. It's very light. You don't really feel it on your skin at all, and I think matched with the powder foundation, I think it's an awesome duo, and I think that it's definitely worth trying, especially at the $68 price tag for the 4 items. I don't know, I know for a fact that Sephora in-store no longer carries it. They used to, and it's been kind of slowly phased out, or at least that's what happened at my local Sephora. So you can only order it online, and I'll put a link below, but it's an amazing deal, especially since you get free shipping because it's over $50. Okay, so then my other 2 products are for face are both MAC. There's a little bit of a story behind this. I went on a cruise to the Caribbean at the beginning of the month, and I was really excited just because, you know, hey, I'd never been there before. And at our first stop in St. Thomas, there was actually a MAC store that I had no idea existed until someone else got back onto our bus to go back to the cruise ship with a MAC bag, and I was really sad, and I pleaded with my boyfriend that we go to a MAC store because she was like, oh, don't worry, there's one in St. Lucia. And so we went to St. Lucia. Long story short, my boyfriend didn't listen to me and didn't go to the right place for the MAC store, and I made him promise me that he would take me when we got back. So I bought several things when I went, and all of them are included. But the most important one, and the one that I was so upset because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be all tan, and I really want this Mineralize Illuminizer. This is the Mineralize Skinfinish in Soft and Gentle. This is probably one of the most beautiful, like, natural looking illuminizers that you can find. I know a lot of people rave about this, so I won't go on for too long. But this is just, oh, I wanted this so bad, and the fact that I couldn't get it right away just made me sad. And actually, when we went to the MAC store here in Lexington, they were actually also out of them, and so they just had it shipped to my door, which they will do for free if you go through Macy's. And then the other thing I decided to get through MAC was their Pro Longwear Concealer. It's actually a really cool concealer because it comes out with like a little pump. It's a great concealer on color in W20, and I think it's a great match for me because I like my concealer to be a little bit lighter, so it does actually cover the blemish, and it's brightening at the same time. But I've really loved what little I've used of it so far, so that's exciting. And then I did actually get one new tool for my face, and I've clearly used it. And this is the Real Techniques sponge. That I don't really remember what they called it. But it's a really cool little sponge. I've never been like a big fan of sponges, even the Beauty Blender, it's just not my thing. Like I don't understand. However, I found that with this, I do like it a little bit more, and I'm much more agreeable with like the $5 price tag on it than the $20 price tag for a Beauty Blender. I haven't ever used a Beauty Blender, so I can't compare, but I have had it used on me before at like Sephora or one of those types of places, and I do think it gives a very similar finish. If you want to try something like the Beauty Blender, I think that this is a really great introduction. I actually bought 2 skincare items, but I don't have one of them up here with me. But the one I did bring, and they're both Lush products, the the one that I did bring up with me is the Roma water. It's a toner water, and it's with rose and lavender, and it's literally just those two things. I do actually really like it. I think it's a very different feeling for toner for me. I guess I'm just more used to the more harsh toners, and this one is very gentle. I feel like it's actually moisturizing, which is really nice. I was trying to decide between this one and a Paula's Choice one. I decided to go with this one because it was actually available at my local Lush shop, and I'm really glad I decided to try it. I really like the smell of it. I think it's a great toner. This is $10 for this little bit, which is kind of a lot, and I know that the bigger bottle is $25, but I didn't want to get the bigger bottle. This is my first time using it. I wanted to make sure that I liked it. But I do really like it. I think it's a great product. I kind of go back and forth on Lush products. I feel like they're great products, but they cost an awful lot of money for results that you can generally get from something else. The other skincare product I also got was also a Lush product, and it was the Oatifix facial mask, and that will definitely be in my March favorites. Back to actual makeup. I bought a few other things. I went to my local Sephora looking for that Josie Maran and product, and I was like, well, I kind of also have been wanting this, so I decided to buy it, and it is the Smashbox Browtech To Go crayon gel type of thing. It's a really cool product. If you've not seen it, that's really sad. It's a really great brow product. The top comes off, and it has a fairly large actual brow part, as you can see, and I really like the shape of it. It's actually in that triangle shape, and I feel like it's a good color. It's a good color that will go with most people's eyebrows. I have the color Brunette, as I am a brunette and I have darker brows. And then actually on the other end of it is really cool. It has a little brow gel, which I think is perfect, because I don't really want to have multiple products for just my brows. I feel like that's a bit ridiculous. And it really does set it well. I think it lasts, I think it looks good, and it's really easy to actually do your brows. I'm really bad with brows, I'm not gonna lie. And I think that with this, it's a lot easier. And then the other eye actual makeup I have is from BareMinerals, and it is the Topshop Duo that has Mixologist and Cognac. Oh, darn it. And these are the colors. I saw the palette with, I think Essie Button is the one who talked about it a lot, and I just thought it was this absolutely beautiful palette. I think that the color payoff is really great with it. I think it's just an absolutely beautiful duo, and it just looks really good on pretty much anyone's eyes. It's just so shiny, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually had a really hard time finding this duo. I couldn't find it at my local Sephora. Sephora online is sold out of it. I went to the BareMinerals store in our local mall. They were sold out of it. My Ulta was sold out of it. And when we went to the MAC store, I happened to be in Macy's and kind of just looking around, and they had a BareMinerals little spot like they do at Ulta, and they happened to have a whole shelf full of this duo, but apparently it's really hard to get to find, and it's absolutely beautiful. I have it on today in addition to a Tarte eyeshadow that is not on here, not in this collection of things, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's really rich, and it's a great travel palette. And then also while we were at the MAC store, I decided to actually get a MAC 217 brush. It is their more firmer blending brush. As you can tell, I've used it. I used it with the Cognac today, and I actually really like this brush. I think it does really great with blending. It's just a really great brush. I'm really glad I decided to buy that. I decided to go crazy with lipsticks this month. I have absolutely no idea why, as I do not normally actually like lipsticks. I normally don't even wear lipstick. However, I've kind of started to get on a lipstick kick. While we were in the Caribbean, we came across a Clinique store, and I'm not the biggest fan of Clinique, but I don't really hate them. But I did know that I wanted one thing from them, and this is from their honey lipstick line. and the color I decided to get was Black Honey. As you can tell, it's really, really dark. I swear it's not actually this dark. When you put it on your lips, it's pretty light actually because it's very sheer, and it's just an absolutely beautiful color. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love it to death, and it feels really good. It feels more like a lip balm or like a lip gloss, or like a really light lip gloss, I guess is probably the best way to describe it, and it feels so good and it's so hydrating. I love that stuff. I'm just waiting for more and more reasons to use it. The next one I bought was from MAC, and I decided to get from the Amplified line Impassioned, which is a very, very bright pink. I'm gonna be really honest, I'm not the biggest fan of bright colors. However, my boyfriend is, and he was with me, and since he was buying it, I felt like he should have some type of say in what I'm buying. So I let him pick, and he said that he really liked the brighter pink colors, and I decided on this one. I think that this is a really great formula. It lasts for freaking ever. Like, I mean, it stays, like, I literally put it on one day and then took a shower, and it was still on after the shower to the point that I couldn't get it off, and I just had to keep wearing it for the rest of the day. But I do really like it. I think the formula is really great. I like the way that MAC lipsticks smell as well, which is very strange, but a lot of lipsticks have that icky lipstick smell. The next one I bought was the Milani Naturally Chic, and this is number 25. This lipstick is absolutely beautiful as well. It's a very natural, very nude lipstick. I actually don't think I meant to grab this one. I was trying to decide between this one and like a more shiny one, which was the next one up. But it's absolutely beautiful as well. It's extremely hydrating. Like, when I say extremely hydrating, I don't think I've ever had a lipstick as hydrating as this one, and I love it to death, and I can't wait to buy more from this line. I wish I remembered the name of the line, but it's not on here. I'll make sure to put it in a link below. And then finally, Ulta's been having their 21 Days of Beauty, and I decided to go buy, and like, I went to buy something else. And it was the day that these were on sale, and I remember looking at the email and being like, well, I wouldn't mind that. That would be nice. And I decided to pick it up since I was there anyway, and I got it. This is the Calvin Klein 1 lipstick in the color 120 Rave. It's an absolutely beautiful melon, peachy, corally color. It's on my lips today, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's a perfect spring color. I'm really glad I decided to pick it up. Then finally, I have 2 hair products. Ulta was having a sale on the Sexy Hair line, and I actually really like the Healthy Sexy Hair, and I use the Curly Sexy Hair conditioner because I do actually naturally have curly hair, but it takes some coaxing to come out anymore. So I got the Soya Renewel Beach Spray, and I tried it yesterday for the first time. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. But I did like the smell of it, and I just don't think I styled it right, so I'm not going to give up on it yet. But it was, everything that was in this line was $10, and I think this is originally like $15 or $16, so that's the only reason why I tried it. And then the other product I got from the Healthy Sexy Hair line is the Soya One It All 22-in-1. It's a leave-in treatment. I'm going to be really honest. I had a really hard time finding any type of information about this product. I'm gonna guess it's really similar to, or it's like healthy, or like the Sexy Hair's version of It's a 10. And I'm gonna be really honest, the first time I used it, I hated it. Hated this product. It tells you to use a hairdryer, and it does that for a reason. You use very little of it, and if you use a hairdryer, your hair is super crazy soft, super full. I mean, it looks really good. This might actually be my favorite hair product ever. But it took that one really bad experience in order for me to really like it. So anyway, so that's my whole haul. I'll have links to everything on below. And like I said, I'm new to YouTube, so I'm just gonna slowly start uploading videos of things that I find interesting and things I don't think a lot of people are talking about on YouTube, and all that fun stuff. So feel free to subscribe down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be really nice. And you can follow me on Instagram at beautyandhooks, or also on Twitter, once again at beautyandhooks, and I'll have both of those links below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.